Sugaiwa, he's this guy who's fantasizing about eating someone. Until it comes to real life, you have to see what's about to happen. When he was a little kid, he had a dream that he was being boiled alive, that someone was boiling him and was about to eat him. So when he woke up, he could not get that out of his head. So then that's when he started really fantasizing about it and really fantasizing about it. So he decided to pick his victim. Before we get into this, y'all already know what I'm about to say. Go get your snacks. Shout out to you for having your snacks. I love you for that.
I just started off in your world.
When Sugaiwa was in first grade, he started looking at certain members in his class. He saw one and then he seen that they was wearing shorts. He looked at the legs and he wanted to take a bite out of their legs. Yes. So he would look at certain humans starting young and say, oh, that's the person I would want to eat. Then all of a sudden, that urge just stopped. 30 years later, that urge came back. This one following day, he saw this lady walking in public. So he decided to follow her. And once he followed her, he waited till she got in her home. And then he waited. I guess he waited for it to get dark. And he checked every window. One window was unlocked in her place. So he climbed in this window. As he's in this place, he's sneaking around. He don't have a plan around this time. So he just walks around and he just wonders what he's gonna do, how he's gonna eat this woman until she wakes up and sees him. Make eye contact with him and she screams. Once she screams, he just run back out the window the way he came in and left. Just know that lady got really lucky, and she's lucky she's a light sleeper. Now, Sugaiwa knows something was very, very wrong with him, to the point where he went to a psychiatrist and he said, yeah, something is very wrong with me. I went inside this lady's house because I wanted to eat her. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I need help. So they decided to say to his parents, your kid, he's at high risk to society, that he may just end somebody's life by eating them. Sugaiwa's father was extremely wealthy and he had all type of sources to make his son not at high risk to the community, so it didn't happen. And I guess his father knew that his son could change, or really didn't believe it. I really don't know for certain, but moral of the story, he wasn't at high risk to society. The public didn't know. Warning, what I'm about to say is about to be very crazy. So his father shipped him to Paris. Once he went to Paris, he then had this urge again. He's short, so he wanted to look for like this beautiful, tall model that lives in Paris to absorb their energy. So he's looking at all of these beautiful, tall women, but he don't find none that he can absorb the energy to become a bigger, better person of himself. And he's like, you know what? None of these girls are it, until he see Renee. Once he see Renee, he automatically knew that he 1000% have to go with his plan. She's the victim. He know that they go to the same school. He asked his father, can I borrow some money so I can get a tutor? She knew she can tutor anyone that needed help. Sugaiwa knew that this is the perfect time right here. So he paid her so she can tutor him. Now, Sugaiwa go about it by playing smart. He didn't do it the first day that they said and tutor up. They will actually tutor up at the school days and days and days until they built up a connection, built up a relationship with each other, until one day he asked her, yeah, do you want to come to my place and help me? She did. She was there. So they go to his place and she helped him. While her back is turned in the living room, he stands up. He walks in his bedroom. He picks up a rifle. He points it right at her. Pull the trigger, it jams. She doesn't hear none of this while her back is turned, by the way. He gets nervous, his eyes start to get big, so he puts the weapon away and he goes back to her like nothing ever happened. So as he looking at her, making eye contact with her, in his mind, he's like, was that a sign that I should not do this at all? When she leaves, he said, you know what? I have to go with this. I have to do it. I must eat her. So he went with his plan for the fourth time. Next day, she comes over. When she comes over, her back is turned again. He grabbed his rifle. The same situation. He pointed at her. He pulls the trigger. It fired. He feels really, really bad when he done it. But then that urge kicked in. And he's like, you know what? I must go through with it. It's to the point where he's biting her raw, but he realized he can't really do nothing like that. So he has to buy a clean knife, goes to the store, buy it, come back, chops up pieces of her body, then cook them, then eat them, then freeze the pieces that he don't want to use. But there was a big piece of her that he didn't want, so he put her in a suitcase and tries to dump them out. But when he goes out in public to dump her out, people all notice that this guy's kind of weird. They just automatically knew something was up, so they call the police. The police get there, they say, what's in the suitcase? They open it and they know it's Renee, pieces of her body. They asked him why. What happened? I murdered her just to eat her. Just like that. Just like that. They imported him back to Japan so he could be in a mental institution for the rest of his life. But that didn't happen. Actually, this guy is free. Matter of fact, he's free today. The reason is because the Japanese, they couldn't get his court documents, so they didn't have a case for him. But Sagawa did say, before he passed away, he will do it again. I don't know about y'all, but if I was in Japan, if you want to visit Japan, just know if you see this man, watch out. He may look for a tall, beautiful girl, and he's short, so you could probably be 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". Be careful, ladies. This is an awareness for y'all who are out there in Japan. Now you're gonna want to see this because this is so tragic. She sees this fight go on inside the restaurant, so she hurry up, she calls 911, she tell the police, I need you guys over here quickly before somebody gets hurt, and I really don't want that. When the police came there, the people said there's a wedding going on here. Matter of fact, all the people that was in there for the wedding, not one person even called the cops for an altercation. Everybody in there looked happy, looked like they was enjoying everything. There was one firework that went off. Could Kaylee mistaken that for a gunshot? I don't know, but it's probably highly unlikely. Then police leave. 1 hour later, Kaylin then calls the cops again. The operator answers the phone. She immediately hangs up. So the operator calls her back and say, "Are you okay? What's going on?" And Kaylin, she's like mumbling. She's like talking like, "Yeah, but I don't," like he could barely understand her. And not only that, the operator having a problem with getting her address, because it's almost like she forgot her address, like she couldn't remember it. But she did say, "My roommate thinks I'm delusional, thinks something wrong with me, thinks I need help." She says, "You know what? I'm sorry that I called you. Matter of fact, I apologize about everything." So the operator said, "Okay, nice talking to you." Then he hangs up. The next morning comes, she calls 911 again, but this time she is losing it.
When I was an intruder at my house,
Repeat the address for verification.
they're stealing from my house.
Okay, say your address one more time. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Out of my house.
Okay, do you know who this person is?
No, I don't. I just know that there's an intruder in my house.
You don't know who they are?
No, I don't.
Like, she's scared for her life. And then she's telling these people that's in her apartment, "Get out my apartment. You're not supposed to be here. Leave. I'm on the phone with the police right now." The operator asked her, "Are you able to leave?" She said, "No, I'm stuck. There's only one way in."
There's only one door. Get out of my house.
Is there anyone else in the building who belongs there?
So she goes in her bedroom, she shuts her door while the police trying to hurry up and come. But then her roommate comes in. The operator hears all of this on her phone. He hears the roommate comes in and she says, "Kaylin, what's going on? Are you okay?" Kaylin says, "Get over here, hurry up. Lock the door."
Hey, Carol, lock the door. There's something going on there. Come here.
They trying to rob me, take my things, take everything I have. Please lock the door. She's like, "Wait, no, nothing is going on at all. Matter of fact, the door is locked."
Don't do that, Carol. The door's still locked. It's impossible. They must have a key or something. Because when I took the dog out, I heard people talking. And there was people last night, like, sitting outside the window.
Nobody is in here, Kaylin. Kaylin says, "Well, I know they was in here because I heard them. They must have had a key. They must have got in some way, somehow. But I know what I seen and I know what I heard." The operators get there during around this time period pretty quick, and they searched the whole area. Nothing has been taken. There was no signs of a break-in, no signs of no type of damage. Like nothing ever happened. Unless the person who did came in had a key. She apologized to her friend and she apologized to the police that came. She said she's sorry. She even called her mom because she was like, "I don't know what's going on. I'm lost." You know, the mom comforted her. The mom helped her out. And then someone seen Kaylin walking out the apartment with her dog. She had a dog. She loved this dog. She took this dog everywhere. She went out to walk the dog behind her apartment. She had no shoes on. She was barefoot. Mind you, it was cold and it was raining. The same person that's seeing all of this see her have this discussion to herself, almost like to her shadow, talking to the wall. Nobody was there. She wasn't talking to her dog. She put the dog down. Just starts running away. She don't have a phone, no wallet, no ID, nothing with her. She just started running. She leaves her dog abandoned and just kept running. When she ran, days turned into weeks and weeks, and nobody couldn't find her. She's missing. Until her body was found 5 miles from where her apartment was.
Kaylin's body, it's believed it was in the Jordan River down in Murray for about 2 months. So the autopsy revealed that the body was too decomposed to determine an exact cause of death.
She was found in the water in this drainage area. They took her body out, they examined her body, no drugs and no waters in her lungs. She didn't drown. The mom actually believed when she was having that anime discussion to herself, talking almost to like her shadow and stuff like that, she was actually talking to someone. It just looked like she was talking to herself, because in the video she was scared for her life, started running. Her death is a mystery, a complete mystery. The moral of the story is she had to die first and then was in the water. This is a scary situation. but I hope y'all had y'all snacks for this one. It was pretty dark, and enjoy your night.
I just started off in your world.